Hello, it's your brother Philip, and I want to quickly say this. I want to say, don't use the way God has called you as a yardstick to measure other people. God had different ways of calling his ministers. Those he wants to use for an assignment, don't use your own particular way to set a yardstick to make a standard or judging, because I've seen pastors who always say, if you have not fasted like how many particular days he did, that means you will not see that. He kept on saying it on a daily basis, that it has become a doctrine that if you have not met the way he met God, then that means you have not started. And because of this, I've been seeing it as a doctrine, creating a doctrine because of his own personal experience with God. Now, see, I want to quickly read this thing in Exodus chapter 3 from verse 1 to 4 quickly. Now Moses kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of God, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire. The angel of the Lord appeared unto Moses in a flame of fire out of the midst of the bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. Now Moses said, I would now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush is not burned. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, God called unto him out of the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, here I am. Now I quickly read it because I want to draw emphasis on this. The way God called Moses was different. He came as a consuming fire, yet the bush did not burn, right? And it was there that Moses encountered God. Now, another particular person was Saul on his way to Damascus to persecute the Christian. A flash of light shone on him, and he became blind for 3 days. He had an encounter with God like that. Now, on the other part, when Jesus called the disciples, he called them directly, you come and follow me. You come and follow me. You come and follow me. Now, on Samuel was young and he was sleeping, and a voice came. You see, different people, different ways of calling people. Now, Samuel had a voice, and he went to his master Saul. On 3 times, then master Saul said, if the voice should come again, speak and answer, here I am, Lord. You see, I've mentioned people that God called in different ways. Now, if you begin to use your own way because you fasted for 20 days and God answered you, and you now begin to use it as a yardstick, it becomes a doctrine. Bible called them doctrine of the seducing spirit. Bible called them the intellect and the wisdom of men. You are beginning to use the way that God called you as a yardstick to measure every other believer. If you have not fasted for if you have not fasted, if you have not fasted for 30 days straight, 6 to 6, no, no, it doesn't work like that. Someone can fast for 2 days, 3 days, and it happens. And there are some people who might have fasted even for 6 months more than you, and you don't know about them. So you see, do not make a doctrine out of the way God has called you. If God has called you this way, that means it is the best possible way God has seen to call you. If God has told you to fast for how many days, it's because God wants to deal with you. It might be because you are suffering from kind of addiction, and God wants to deal with you in that particular addiction. So he asked you to fast for this particular. Sorry, I don't want to make this video more than necessary, but what am I trying to say? Do not make a doctrine out of the way God has called you, out of the way that you encountered God, out of your personal experience. Do not make a doctrine out of it. God works in a mysterious way. God has many dimensions of meeting his people. According to the way he seems best and perfect, he calls his people. That is the message I want to share. And it's your brother Philip. Do remain blessed.